Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. Belated Happy Adha to all of you. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 29th and 30th of June 2023. Let's start with our session. Which institution released the Gender Gap Report 2023? So this report was released recently by the World Economic Forum and India stood at 127th position out of 146 countries in terms of gender parity. Okay, and the country had improved by 1.4 percentage points if we compare it with the 2022 figures, and it marks a partial recovery towards its 2020 parity level, right? So two things are important. Gender gap report is released by the World Economic Forum, and the reports of World Economic Forum are usually asked in your examinations, so that's why it is important. And what was India's rank in this report? So answer is 127 out of 146 countries. Okay, now if we talk about few important rankings and indices, the first one is Global Terrorism Index, and in this ranking India was placed at 13th position. Which are the top 3 countries under this index? The first country was Afghanistan, second was Burkina Faso, and the third was Somalia, right? Then also don't forget that India is the 8th most polluted country in the world, and this report is published by Swiss company IQ Air. And which are the top 3 polluted countries of the world? These are, first is Chad, then second is Iraq, and the third one is Pakistan. Okay. Then talking about the Human Development Index, India was ranked at 132 position out of 191 countries, and the top 3 countries under this index are Switzerland, Norway, and Iceland. Fine. Then after that, if we talk about the World Happiness Report, in this India was ranked at 126th position, and the top 3 countries are, first is Finland, second is Denmark, and the third one is Iceland. Fine. Then can you tell me who is India's most valuable celebrity of 2022? This is Ranveer Singh, who's actor, and with this he has surpassed Virat Kohli. Fine. Virat Kohli is now at the second position. Third was Akshay Kumar, fourth was Alia Bhatt, and the fifth was Deepika Padukone. Overall, India's most valuable celebrity of 2022 is Ranveer Singh. Fine. Now next question is, Goa Declaration, which was seen in the news recently, is related to which particular field? So Goa Declaration has been adopted unanimously at the G20 Tourism Ministerial meeting, and this marked the success of the 4th Tourism Working Group meeting. So more than 130 delegates from the G20 countries and the guest countries attended this G20 Tourism Ministerial meeting, the venue of which was Goa. Okay, so Goa Declaration is associated with tourism, and you can also be asked that what was the venue for the 4th G20 Tourism Working Group meeting. So answer would be Goa. Now talking about some G20 host and venues, so which city is the host for the G20 Development Ministers meeting? This is the city Varanasi. Okay. Then which state is the host for the G20 Supreme Audit Institution Summit? This is Goa. Also, second G20 Anti-Corruption Working Group meeting took place at Rishikesh in the state of Uttarakhand, right? And which country is the host for the Air Defender 23 Air Force exercise? This is the country Germany, and also Germany is the host of Special Olympics World Games 2023. Fine. Now which country is the host for Asian Tourism Forum 2024? This is Laos. Okay, and it is set to take place in the month of January next year, and the theme for this forum is Quality and Responsible Tourism, Sustaining the Asian Future. Fine. So these are the few important venues that you have to remember. Next question is, Which state or the union territory implements the Abada scheme? So Odisha cabinet, which is led by Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik, has given approval for an increased budget of 4,224 crore rupees for this Abada scheme. What is the full form of Abada? It is augmentation, basic amenities and development of heritage and architecture. Okay. So aim of this scheme is to transform Puri into a world-class heritage city that would focus on preserving and rejuvenating its cultural and architectural heritage. Fine. So which state has implemented this Abada scheme? Answer would be Odisha. Now can you tell me, Anya Bhag scheme belongs to which Indian state? So this is the scheme of Karnataka state, and basic aim is to provide free rice to the below poverty line families. Recently this scheme was in news because it faced obstacles due to shortage of rice supply. Okay. Who is the current Chief Minister of Karnataka state? This is Siddaram Ayya. And who is the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka state? This is Mr. D.K. Shiv Kumar. Okay. Now, which state has recently implemented the Nand Baba Milk Mission scheme? So this is a scheme of Uttar Pradesh government, and aim is to empower the milk producers in the state by establishing the dairy cooperative societies. Fine. Then which state has implemented the Namo Shetkari Mahasamman Yojana? So this is the scheme of Maharashtra state government, and basic aim is to provide support to the farmers in the state. Fine. And another is the Mukhyamantri or Chief Minister Sikho Kamao Yojana, and this is the scheme from the state of Madhya Pradesh. Okay. So these are the different schemes which were in news these days. Which state or the union territory is set to implement the non-confirming industrial area redevelopment project? So the Delhi government is set to implement the non-confirming industrial area redevelopment project, and it will transform all the 26 non-confirming industrial areas into recognized confirming industrial areas. Okay. And the government would bear 90% of the cost to convert all the 26 non-confirming industrial areas in the city into confirming industrial areas, and the remaining 10% of the cost will be contributed by the industries themselves. Okay. Now let's talk few things about New Delhi, why it was in news these days. The first news is Operation Kavach. We have talked about Operation Kavach yesterday. It was launched in New Delhi. Why? To crack down the menace of drugs in the national capital. Fine. So you can be asked that Operation Kavach is an initiative of which state or the union territory? Answer would be New Delhi. Then as per the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs data, which state or the union territory tops the country with 100% rate of recycling and reusing the C&D waste? This is again New Delhi. Okay. And can you tell me which state celebrates the Revolution Day on 18th of June every year? So this is Goa state. Fine. Next question is, India is set to acquire the Predator drones from which particular country? So these Predator drones will be acquired by India from the country US, and they will be operated by the Tri-Services jointly. The name of these Predator drone is MQ-9 Reaper, and they can fly up to 36 hours at a stretch, and they can be used for focused monitoring of any specific point or area of interest. Okay, so we are procuring these Predator drones from the country US. Now can you tell me, the National Action Plan on Heat Related Illness was released in which particular year? So central government has requested the states to comply with the National Action Plan on Heat Related Illness, and this plan was released in the year 2021. And not only this, also it has asked the states to effectively implement the state action plans to ensure timely warning for the people and ensure preventive preparedness to reduce the severe impact of the heat waves. Okay, so this National Action Plan on Heat Related Illness was released in the year 2021. Then apart from it, can you tell me which institution has collaborated with Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Urban Livelihood Mission, to empower the women entrepreneurs? This is UNDP, United Nations Development Programme. They have joined hands to empower women and enhance their entrepreneurial prospect, and this partnership focuses on assisting women in establishing and expanding the enterprises, with a special emphasis on the sectors like care economy, digital economy, electric mobility, waste management, and food packaging. Fine. Also, recently, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India has initiated an effort to tackle the proliferation of counterfeit drugs that are produced by nutraceutical companies in the country. So as a part of this initiative, 21 facilities of Baddi, that lies in Himachal Pradesh, were inspected and 111 samples were collected in the month of June, with plans to inspect 25 to 30% of nutraceutical manufacturing units in Himachal Pradesh by the end of June 2023. Simply then we asked that which institution has started a drive to tackle the proliferation of counterfeit drugs in India. So this is Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Next question is, the India-Myanmar-Thailand Trilateral Highway connects which Indian state with Myanmar and Thailand? So this trilateral highway is currently under construction, and the construction of this road from Thailand to Myanmar has been completed. So this road will connect to the northeastern state of Manipur as a gateway for Thailand and other countries. So your correct answer would be Manipur state. Okay. Now if we see few important international appointments, so don't forget that Finland has recently appointed Petri Orpo as its new Prime Minister. Okay. And then Greek has named Kyriakos Mitsotakis as its new Prime Minister. After that, who is the first Muslim woman federal judge in the US history? This is Nusrat Chaudhry. Then after that, don't forget that US is set to rejoin UNESCO in the month of July, right? Then UK has recently appointed Jane Marriott as its first woman envoy to the country, Pakistan. After that, World Meteorological Organization has got its first female Secretary General, and who's this? Celeste Solo. Okay, so these are the few important appointments that we have to remember. Next is, which state or the union territory is set to introduce a cloud kitchen policy? So Delhi government is set to introduce this cloud kitchen policy in the national capital, and aim is to streamline licensing procedures for the cloud kitchens by implementing a user-friendly single window system through a digital platform. Okay, and this new policy will provide a significant boost to Delhi's 20,000 existing cloud kitchen, which would actually benefit thousands of workers employed in the industry. Okay, so Delhi has taken this initiative of new cloud kitchen policy. Next question is, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh unveiled the integrated simulator complex Dhruv at which particular place? So recently, Union Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has unveiled the integrated simulator complex named as Dhruv at the Southern Naval Command in Kochi. And as per the official statement, this Dhruv consists of advanced simulators that have been developed within the country, and these simulators will greatly improve the hand-on training within the Indian Navy. Fine. So recently this integrated simulator complex has been unveiled in Kochi. Now talking about some defense related current affairs, don't forget that INS Sujata has recently visited to the country Mozambique, and the purpose was to improve the bilateral relations and mutual cooperation between the two navies. Now you have to tell me which Indian Navy ship has been gifted to the country Vietnam recently by the Indian government. Please write your answer in the comment section. Also, which Indian Navy ship has got the President's Color Award this year? So this is INS Dronacharya. Then Exercise Al-Mohid Al-Hindi is the exercise between which two countries? So answer would be India and Saudi Arabia. Last month it took place in Jubail in the country Saudi Arabia, right? So two things are important. This is the exercise between which two countries? India and Saudi Arabia. And what was the venue for this year? So answer would be Saudi Arabia. Also, which country is the host for exercise Khan Quest? This is the country Mongolia. Fine. Next is, where is the Aeronautical Development Agency established at? So this is Bangalore based agency, and the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited have geared up to produce Tejas Mark II fighter by 2027 and 28, and this agency is ready to roll out the GE414 powered prototype by 2024 end. Okay. So after the approval from the US Congress, these engines will be produced in India with a complete transfer of technology, which would ensure 100% of indigenous manufacturing. Fine. So Aeronautical Development Agency is based in Bangalore city. Can you tell me, the statue of Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar has been unveiled in which Indian state? So it is being built in the state of Maharashtra, and this statue of Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar is known as Statue of Knowledge. Okay. Then Prime Minister Narendra Modi has recently inaugurated the Whitefield Krishna Rajapura metro line in Bangalore. Okay. Then Home Minister Amit Shah has inaugurated the Vedic Heritage Portal in New Delhi. And the basic objective is to provide a deeper understanding of Vedic knowledge traditions. Okay. Now next is, the central government has assigned a 145 crore rupees to which Indian state for development of a Unity Mall. So central government has assigned this much amount to the state Nagaland for the development of a Unity Mall in Dimapur, and this initiative aims to highlight and promote the one district, one product offerings of the state. And the allocated amount is a component of the Union Budget 2023 to 24, which has dedicated 5,000 crore rupees for the establishment of this Unity Mall nation. For the establishment of the Unity Malls nationwide. Okay. So recently central government has assigned this much amount to the state of Nagaland for the development of a Unity Mall. Now can you tell me what is the name of the 21-foot submersible which disappeared recently? So this is known as Titan. Titan is a 21-foot submersible that disappeared recently, and it is operated by Ocean Gate Expeditions, which is an undersea exploration company that has been making yearly voyages to the Titanic since 2021. And as per the authorities, the submersible suffered a catastrophic implosion that killed all the 5 people on board while descending to explore the wreckage of the famous ship. Fine. So you can be asked that what is the name of this 21-foot submersible which disappeared recently? Answer would be Titan. Also recently, Ministry of Coal has announced the initiation of the registration process for star ratings for the coal and lignite mine. And the objective of this initiative is to examine and acknowledge the mines based on their adherence to the legal requirement, implementation of advanced mining technologies, economic accomplishment, and adherence to the industry's best practices. Okay. You can be asked that Ministry of Coal has announced the initiation of which process for coal and lignite mines? So answer would be star ratings. Which is the first Central European country to legalize the marriage equality for the same-sex couples? So Estonia has become the first nation in the Central Europe to legalize the marriage equality for the same-sex couples. While many Western European countries have legalized the same-sex marriage, it remains unpermitted in Central European nations that were previously under communist rule and the part of Moscow-led Warsaw Pact alliance. Right? However, these countries are now the members of NATO and to a large extent to the European Union. So Estonia is the first Central European country to legalize the marriage equality for the same sex couples. Okay. Also, which is the 31st country to join NATO? This is the country Finland. Finland has recently joined the NATO. Okay. Now, recently Japan has approved a bill, and the objective is to create awareness and acceptance of LGBT community. Few days back, Spain has passed a new transgender law, and it allows the individuals who are above 16 years to change their legally registered gender without the need for medical supervision. And those who are between 14 and 16 years, they need the permission or approval of their parents or their legal guardians, and who are between 12 and 13, they require the judge's permission to do so. Okay. Also, few days back, Election Commission in the state of Karnataka has selected Manjamma Jogati as a poll icon to encourage more members of transgender community to register and vote in the state. And Manjamma Jogati is a transgender folk dancer. Okay. Now, last question says, Swaminathan Janakiraman, who was selected for the post of RBI Deputy Governor, was earlier the MD of which particular bank? So he was earlier the MD of State Bank of India, and now he has been selected for the post of a Deputy Governor in the RBI. And he is succeeding Mr. Mahesh Kumar Jain, whose tenure ends on 22nd of June 2023. Right? So Swaminathan Janakiraman has been selected for the post of RBI Deputy Governor. Earlier he was the MD of State Bank of India. Now don't forget that Suzuki Motorcycle India has appointed Kenichi Umeda as its MD. Okay. Then Hero Motocorp Board has appointed Mr. Niranjan Gupta as its CEO. Then who's the current MD and CEO of CLAT? This is Mr. Arnab Banerjee. Okay. So these are the most important questions from today. And now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nushat Sana signing off.